Hello. It's been quite a long time since I made a video battle report on this channel, and at the moment, well, like everybody else, I'm sitting at home due to this virus that's going round, so I thought I'd have a go at making another video. Also got a new computer and a new camera, so it's a bit of a test video to see what the new software is like on the computer and see what this camera is like. Let's have a look at this board I've set up to start with. There's a bit of sun coming through the window there, which is a little bit annoying, but hopefully that'll clear up a bit. Not the sun, obviously it's nice having sun, but hopefully it will move around and we'll get a bit of a better view. This board, it's a bit of a no man's land. See, it's quite rocky and grassy, not much cover. The little theme I've come up with for this is that it's some kind of outpost or an encampment. So you can see here there's a little trench. There's a few things, barrels, a little fire, some buckets, and there's a hill there with a bit of barbed wire defence. Today we're going to be playing Space Wolves versus Chaos. So the idea, the thing I've got going on in my head is that this is a little camp where the Space Wolves have set up shop. So they're going to be quite an elite army, and then the Chaos Raiders are coming in to attack them. So the Space Wolves, actually we'll have a look at that in a minute. First of all, we'll have a look at the objectives. I'm playing the old tactical objectives. I've placed 6 objectives and then I scattered them a little bit so they've all kind of moved a little bit. But there's number 1. Then we've got number 3 there. That one is number 4. Then in the middle of the board in the sun is number 6. Then down by that rock is number 5, and then on top of that rock is number 2. So yeah, it's a bit of a no man's land, rocky desert kind of thing going on. As I mentioned a minute ago, the idea is that the Space Wolves are going to be quite an elite force, so I've used this Vanguard detachment. So you see it's made up mostly of elites, and you get 1 additional command point. Oh, I should have mentioned earlier, this is a 50 power battle, so it's only a small battle, but each force will be 50 power. Yeah, so the Vanguard detachment, each army starts with 3 command points, well, if they're battle forged, which they are. So the Space Wolves will have 4 command points. Here are the Space Wolves, 50 power. Let's have a look. Everything we've got is WYSIWYG. So let's have a look at what we've got. Starting off with the HQ is this guy. He's just a Wolfguard battle leader with Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. First elites, we've got 5 Wolfguard Terminators, all WYSIWYG, so you see there's 3 claws, 1 heavy flamer, 2 Thunderhammer Storm Shields, and then 2 Storm Bolters on that unit. Second elite, we've got these scouts, 5 Wolf Scouts with sniper rifles, and 1's got the old RPG. Third elite, we've got the Venerable Dreadnought. He's got twin las cannon, close combat weapon, and a Storm Bolter. Then for troops, just got 5 Grey Hunters there, 1 plasma gun. The guy at the front, pack leader's got a power sword, and they've all been equipped with chain swords as well. transport, got a Razorback with twin las cannon. Oh, and a hunter killer missile, I think. There's that thing on the back there, WYSIWYG. For a heavy support, we've got 5 Hellblasters, and I've given them the heavy plasma incinerators, so it's the longer range one. I think it's 36 inches or 30, I'll have a look in a minute. But I like the heavy ones that you get the extra strength. And then I had 3 power left over, so I've got 5 Fenrisian Wolves with 1 Cyber Wolf, which comes to 3 power. Unfortunately they're not painted, so but they look alright. They'll stand out on the board anyway. So that is 50 power of Space Wolves. Okay, let's have a look at the Chaos Army now. I've gone for the Outrider detachment, which is heavy on the fast attack side of things. And that's to represent the fact that the Chaos are conducting some sort of raid on this outpost. So we've got fast attack versus elites, and that means they get 1 command point additional to their 3 that they start with for being battle forged. So both armies have 4 command points. I tried to make it fair. I have to excuse the noise, my neighbour has just decided to mow the lawn. So here's 50 power Outrider detachment of Chaos. The Warlord is this Lord with a jump pack, 2 lightning claws. Elites, we've got Hellbrute. He has 2 Hellbrute fists, and you probably can't pick it up on the camera, but each fist is, one's got the combi bolter and one's got the heavy flamer. Troops, 5 Marines, 1 with a plasma gun. Transports, got the Rhino with the combi bolter and havoc launcher. Heavy, we've got the triple ectoplasma cannon Forge Fiend. And then the bulk of the army is the fast. Let's start over here. We've got 5 bikes, and they're all WYSIWYG. So this guy has a power sword, a couple of them have chain swords, and then they've replaced their bikes bolters with plasma gun there, melter gun there. Then I've got a unit of 3, guy at the front with a power fist, and then again he's got a melter gun on that bike, plasma gun on that bike, and then another unit of 3, and these guys all have chain swords. The guy in the blue is the champion. So that is a 50 power Chaos list. Alright, Space Wolves won the role for deployment, so they deployed first. We've got the Razorback sitting behind this cover with the Grey Hunters and the Wolfguard Battle Leader in there. There's the Dreadnought. The Terminators, I was going to put them in the old teleportarium chamber, whatever it's called, teleportation chamber, but I thought that didn't really fit with the little narrative I've got going on with this outpost thing, so they're starting there. And then the Hellblasters over there, in the far corner. Oh, and then we've got the Wolves down here. The Scouts will be doing their little infiltration move, so they'll come on shortly. The Wolfguard Battle Leader, for his Warlord trait, I gave him the one that gives him +1 wound, Saga of the Bear, I think. So he's got 5 wounds or 6 wounds. I'll have to double check, but he has +1 anyway on this side of the board. The Chaos, we've got the Forge Fiend, 1 unit of bikes, Hellbrute, and we've got the large unit of bikes, Sunbathing, and we've got the Rhino there, and another unit of bikes. The troops, 5 Marines are sitting in that Rhino, and the Lord will be doing a jump pack assault, so he'll come on shortly. The Lord's Warlord trait, I gave him, hold on a minute, I'll have to double check. Yeah, so the Chaos Lord, I gave him the Warlord trait that gives him an extra attack. So, and because he has double lightning claws, that means he gets 2 extra attacks now. So he's got about 6 attacks, I think. And then I also gave him the Mark of Khorne and the artifact Talisman of Burning Blood, which means he can advance and charge in the same turn and re-roll failed charge rolls. So he's a bit of a close combat beast. I'm going to be playing the, I think it's the Cleanse and Capture mission, where you have 3 tactical objectives each turn. So you can have a maximum of 3 each turn. For the Chaos, I'll be using these cards. Here I've got the deck of cards for Chaos to draw their objectives and stuff. For the Space Wolves, I'll just be rolling them from the book. So let's have a look to see if Chaos can seize the initiative on a roll of a 6. No, that's a 1. So Space Wolves, turn 1. Alright, that's the end of the movement phase for the Space Wolves. Got no psychic powers today, so we'll go straight onto the shooting phase. The Fenrisian Wolves managed to advance the full 6 inches, so they've moved quite far. The Razorback and the Dreadnought have wandered around the corner. Terminators have moved up and advanced, and the Hellblasters have also advanced because they're out of range. We've got the tactical objectives. We drew Psychological Warfare, Take No Prisoners, and Hunt with Cunning. So those are the 3 tactical objectives we've got. Now I've already measured up the Venerable Dreadnought and the Razorback, just barely in range of the Hellbrute. Well, the Dreadnought's in range, but the Razorback is just touching the tip, as they say, of the Hellbrute. So we're going to roll up now and see what happens. Let's start with the Razorback. He hits on 3s, twin las cannon. So that's 2 hits, 6 and a 5. Wounding on 3s, 2 wounds. I can't remember what the save is on the Hellbrute, I'll check in a minute. Let's do the, so we got 2 wounds. That's both las cannons, so we can do them together. The Dreadnought hits on 2s because he's a Venerable. So 2 hits, 2 wounds. So I'll just double check the save on the Hellbrute and then we'll take these wounds. So the Hellbrute has a 3+ save, but the las cannon is -3 AP. So these are going to be 4 6+ t-shirt saves the Hellbrute's got to make, and if he fails these are d6 damage each. So let's roll them up. Oh, he's made 1. He made 1, that's not too bad. So these are d6 damage each. Oh no. So we got a 6, a 4 and a 3. So 6, 10, 13 damage. Oh dear. The Hellbrute has 8 wounds. So, goodbye Mr. Hellbrute. Let's roll a d6 to see if he explodes. any unit within 3 inches, so actually may not be in range. Let's just double check that. Where's my tape measure? No, so it doesn't matter if it explodes or not. So there's one Hellbrute gone. Ouch. That was pretty devastating. So that'll be first blood as well for the Space Wolves. And that'll be the end of their turn. So let's calculate victory points and see where we're at. Alright, Chaos turn 1. The tactical objectives I drew are Kingslayer, Master the Warp, and Defend Objective 4. Objective 4 is just here. So as you can see, everybody's moved up. All the bikes moved up. Forge Fiends moved up. The Rhino moved up and popped smoke. So he's got smoke on at the moment. Bikes in the far corner, they moved and advanced. Just going to go into the shooting phase now to try and, if you can just see those white wolves there, there's a few guns in range. So we're going to start, we've got a plasma gun, 1 shot is in range from this bike, so let's do that here. It's on a 3. Come on camera, focus. That's a hit. Plasma strength 7, isn't it? Yeah, tough. So it'd be a 3 to wound. Getting a wound. I think that's probably just going to kill a wolf straight off. Yeah, -3 on a plasma gun. So the wolf only has a 6+ save. So boom! There's 1 wolf down. Ouch. And now we've got 4 bolter shots coming in, rapid fire 2, so 2 shots each, so these are hitting on 3s. Oh man, that's all of them but 3, so that many hits, and these will wound on 4s. 3 wounds, no AP, so they've got t-shirt save. Getting none. Ouch. So that's another 3 wolves down. So that's just obliterated that squad. So there's only 2 wolves left. Or 1 wolf and 1 cyber wolf. Ouch. So that'll be the end of Chaos turn. Let's have a look at the victory points. And move on to Space Wolves turn 2. Just forgot to do the morale phase here. There's a Cyber Wolf in this unit, so that's leadership 6. And there's 4 models have been killed, so I need to roll a 1 or a 2 for them to pass. That's a 6. So they run. Gone. Alright, Chaos objectives, none of them have been achieved yet, and I'm going to discard this one, Master of the Warp, because there's no psychers in the game, so I'll get rid of that one, which gives them a slot free for turn 2. So let's go on to the movement phase, Space Wolves, turn 2. Okay, Space Wolves turn 2. The objectives I drew. First of all, I discarded psychological warfare, because again there's no psychers involved. I got area denial, which is the one that revolves around the centre of the board, which is roughly there. I got defend objective 1, which is back there, so the Terminators simply took a few steps back, so they're now holding objective 1. They've got to hold that for 2 turns. And then I got a priority objective, which is one that generates a bonus objective, and the bonus was defend number 4. So number 4 is over here, and also the chaos have got defend 4 as well, so it looks like there's going to be a lot of action happening around this area. So I moved the Razorback and the Dreadnought a little bit closer. I brought the scouts on. They did their little infiltration move, so they're a little bit stuck out in the open, but providing a bit more support for objective 4. And then the Hell Blasters have stayed still so they can fire full ballistic skill. Just going to move on to the shooting phase now. I'm going to roll a d6 for this RPG guy to see how many frag missiles he gets. So we've got, oh look at that, rolls a 6. So that's the those are for the frag missiles. So he's going to fire into this unit of bikes just here, these little Slaneshi bikes. So hitting on 3s, frag missiles. Oh, that's not very good. Oh, we got 3 hits, 50%. Now what's a frag missile? Strength 4, isn't it? So toughness 5 bikers. So we're going to wound on a 5. Getting no wounds. Oh dear. That's not very good. And then we're going to fire off 4 sniper shots into the same squad. Hitting on 3s. Getting 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting only 1 wound. Okay. Let me just double check the save characteristics. Oh no, we know it's a 3 on a Chaos Man. What's the sniper rifle? 0 AP. So 1 3+ save for Mr. Biker, which he fails on the roll of a 1. So that's 1 wound dealt out to one of those bikers. Not quite sure. Let me just double check their wounds. Yeah, they have 2 wounds each. So there's a wound taken. That bike, let me find a little dice. So this guy's down to 1. Okay. Next shot, Razorback. He's going to las cannon the Forge Fiend. Hitting on 4s now because he moved, unfortunately. So twin las cannon, here we go. Only getting 1 hit. And it's strength 9 against toughness. Oh, I should have double checked that first. Let me have a look. Alright, 1 hit, so wounding on a 3. Getting a 2. Come on. So, no las cannon. Let's do that. We'll launch off the Hunter Killer missile as well. So that's hitting on a 4. Hitting. Strength 8. So wounding on a 3. Getting a 2. Come on. How useless is that? So the Razorback does nothing, which doesn't bode well for the Space Wolves, because now they've got this triple ectoplasma cannon breathing right down their face. So that's not good. So let's move over the other side of the table. Oh, actually, saying that, I've got the old Dreadnought there. He's going to fire off his twin las cannon into the same target. So hitting on 3s he will be, because he moved and he's a venerable. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Getting nothing. Come on. Space Wolves, what's going on? Right. Let's move over and do some Hellblaster shots on the other side of the board. Hellblasters. They did not move So they hit on threes, and they're obviously going to pump their shots into these bikers. They've got the heavy plasma incinerators, which is my favourite version of that gun. So 5 shots into the bikers, hitting on threes. Ooh. Getting 3 hits, wounding on threes, getting 2 wounds. Space Wolves are not doing too well with this shooting today, but the plasma incinerator is -4, so those guys don't get a save unless, actually I suppose that one at the end could get a cover save of 5+, is that? Okay, I'm not sure how the new 8th edition cover works. It's been quite a while since I played a game. Let's, for argument's sake, let's say it's a 5+, which he fails anyway. So that is 2 wounds, was it? Yeah, these guys have 2 wounds each, so that's 1 bike gone. So that's all of the shooting for the Space Wolves. Let's have a look at the victory points. Bit of a slow starting game, I guess, because I'm only doing a 50 power, but I'm playing on a full-sized 6-foot mat, so they're taking a little while to get into the middle of the table, but things should start heating up in the next turn. Let's have a quick look at victory points for the Space Wolves and then move on to the Chaos turn 2. Alright, in terms of the objectives, I've got area denial. I've measured up. See that little red marker there? Marks the exact centre of the table, and I've measured, and there are no enemy units within 12 inches of that, which means the Space Wolves get D3 victory points. So I'm just going to roll that here. I've got this funny little D3. So come on, see what I get. 3. Oh. So they get 3 victory points for that one. You've got defend 4, but these scouts are not quite in range of that one, so currently there's no one holding that one at all. And at the back, defend 1, they've held it for 1 turn, so they've got to hold that one for another turn, and they'll get that. But that's not bad, getting 3 victory points for the area denial. So even though their shooting's not going well, they are quite far ahead on points already, and it's only turn 2. Back in a minute. Alright, just forgot to roll up the morale for these bikes. Again, I always forget morale for some reason. So they've got a champion, so they're leadership 8. Oh yeah, they've well passed. Let's just have a look at the objectives while we're here. So they've still got 2 left over from last turn, and the new one they've drawn this turn is no prisoners. So kill a unit, or kill 3+ units to get the extra victory points. They've still got defend objective 4 and Kingslayer. So let's have a look. Move on to the movement phase now. Alright, movement phase. The Forge Fiend has moved up, the Bikers have moved up, the Rhinos moved up, the Bikers on the far side have moved up. They're going to be doing a little bit of a suicide charge towards the Hellblasters. I've just put a chair in front of the... there's a lot of sun coming through the window and it was starting to cook those Terminators. So I've blocked it out a little bit. And the Lord has made his jump pack assault, so he's landed just there. So at the moment, that's how the battlefield looks. I'm going to play these 2 stratagems, Blasphemous Machine machines and Demon Forge on the Forge Fiend. So when a vehicle makes a shooting attack, he can ignore the penalties for moving and firing heavy weapons. So that means he can fire his ectoplasma cannons at full ballistic skill. That's one command point. And then the Demon Forge, you can re-roll failed hit and wound rolls for this model for this phase. So he's about to cause some havoc, I think. So that's 2 command points used, so that brings the chaos down to 2. So let's go ahead and move on to the shooting phase. First shots are going to be the Forge Fiend into the Razorback. He's got 3 ectoplasma cannons, which are D3 shots each, so I'll roll a D3s now. Whoa. So we got 3, 6, 7, 8 shots. Ouch. 6, 8, right, into the Razorback, and I'm re-rolling. What am I re-rolling? Failed hit and wound rolls. Hitting on 4s. There we go, because he doesn't suffer the penalty. Not particularly good. There's 4 1s there, and a 3, so we can re-roll those 3 hits so far. Re-rolling these, getting an extra 2 hits, so that did pay off. So it's not bad. 5 hits out of 8, and these things are strength 7. Going against the Razorback, which is toughness 7. So we're looking at 4s to wound. And again, we can re-roll these 2 because of the stratagem. Getting another 1, so that's 4 wounds. And they are -3 on the ectoplasma cannon. So that becomes a 6-up save for the Razorback. So he's got to make these 4 t-shirt saves. Well, he makes 1. So he takes 3. And a D3 damage each. So let's roll these D3s. Oh, so we got 3, 4, 5, 6 damage on the Razorback. It's not bad. That'll take it down to 4 wounds. So it's pretty crippled. That brings him down a bracket into the middle damage bracket. So that's kind of wounded him a little bit. Alright, these bikers are going to split fire. I'm going to put the melter and the plasma gun into the Razorback, and their combi bolters I'm going to put into the Wolf Scouts over here. So let's start with a melter gun into the Razorback, hitting on a 3, getting a hit. Melter gun strength 8 against, what did I say the Razorback was? Toughness 7, wasn't it? Yeah, so with 3s to wound, getting a wound on a 4. Okay, that's -4. So the Razorbacks, oh, it doesn't get a save. No save, so that's going to be D6 damage. Getting 5. Oh! And he's only got 4 wounds left, so that takes him right out. Boom. Let's see if it explodes. Actually, it doesn't matter because there's nothing close enough. Oh, actually, I don't know. That Dreadnought may be in range. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Dreadnought's in range, so let's see if he explodes. He does not. So he's just destroyed. Boom. Oh dear, Space Wolf's taking some serious casualties now. Just don't even need to fire the plasma gun. Now let's move on to the combi bolter shots at the Wolf Scouts. So one of them's in rapid fire range, the rest are not. So let's see what we got. Hitting on 3s, so that's quite a good number of hits there. And they're going to be wounding on 4s. Only getting 1 wound. That's lucky for the Scouts. I think they are just 0 AP. What's a Scout's armor save? It's a 3, isn't it? I believe. Oh no, 4. So 4 up. Fails, so that's 1 Scout dead. Let's take this guy. Actually, let's have this guy. So that's that. Right, I'm going to do the combi bolter and havoc launcher from the Rhino into the Scouts as well. D6 for the havoc launcher. Getting 2 shots. Hitting on 4s because he moved. Getting no hits. Okay. And a combi bolter. Hitting on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on 4. Getting 1. And a 4+ save, which they fail. So that's another Scout down. Oh dear. Alright, let's move to the other side of the table now and have a look at these bikers. Alright, these bikers are going to throw 1 frag and 1 crack grenade into the Hellblasters. So D6 for the frag grenade, getting a 2. So 2 shots hitting on 3s, getting 2 hits. And they are strength 3. Is that right? Yeah, strength 3. So wounded on 5s. 1 wound, and they've got no AP. So Hellblaster makes his 3+ save, which he fails. Oh dear. The Space Wolves are taking a bit of a hammering, but the Hellblasters have 2 wounds each. So what? There's 1 wound gone. Let's mark that. And then the crack grenade hitting on 3 hits. Wounding on a, actually it might be a 2. Oh no, because they're strength 6. Wounding on a 3. Getting a wound, it's -1 AP. So 4+ save, which he makes. Okay, so 1 wound dealt out to a Hellblaster. It's not too bad. I also forgot a minute ago, when that Razorback was destroyed, the guys inside disembarked, so we've got the 5 Grey Hunters disembarked and the Wolfguard battle leader there, who's the Warlord. So they've all disembarked now. On to the assault phase. The assault phase, these 3 bikers made it into combat with the remaining Scouts, although I did use 1 command point to re-roll their charge distance, but they made it in. These bikes charged the Grey Hunters that came out of the transport, and the Wolfguard battle leader has performed a heroic intervention, so he's in the fray now. And then over there, those bikers have made it in with the Hellblasters. Nothing happened with Overwatch with any of them, So let's go on to combat. Right, starting with this combat over here, we're going to start with Mr. Power Fist. He's going to be hitting on 4s because of the Power Fist. So, 2 attacks. It's 1 hit. And that'll be a 3 to wound, is it? No, 2 to wound. 2 to wound. Oh no! Look at that. So Mr. Power Fist does nothing. And the other guy just gets his 1 attack hit on 3, which he makes. Plus 6. Wounded on a 4. Nothing. Oh dear. So these Hellblasters might actually have a chance of taking out these bikers. Right, the Hellblaster's going to attack back. They've got quite a lot of attacks because they have 2 each standard, and the pack leader has 3. So they've got this many. So we're going to hit on 3s. That's a fair few. Actually, there's only 2 misses. And they're tough. The bikers are toughness 5, so they're going to be wounding on 5s. Ooh, only getting 2 out of all of those. And the bikers get their 3+ saves, making both of them. But what I may do is use the stratagem for an infantry unit, which the Hellblasters are infantry, and they can fight again. It's expensive, it's 3 command points. Honour the chapter. So that unit can immediately fight again. So I might do that because I reckon they can take those bikers out. So let me just calculate the number of attacks again, and then we'll do that again. Alright, fighting for the 2nd time. To honour the chapter. Hitting on 3s. 3 misses. Wounding on 5s. And getting 4 wounds. See, that works out a little bit better. 4 wounds this time. Come on, camera. 3+ save. Oh, they only fail 1. So 1 wound taken. Man, that was expensive. 3 command points for that. However, how many wounds do those bikers have? I think they have 2. Yes, they have 2 each, so 1's down to 1. Alright, the bikers versus the scouts now. These bikers have chainsaws, so they each get an additional attack. So this is how many attacks they've got in total. So we're hitting on 3s. Oh, all of them but 2. Wounded on 4s. Oh, look at that. All of them wounded. Okay, and then the scouts are going to make a 4+ save. Oh dear. That one is cocked, so let's reroll that. Makes it. So 3 wounds taken, and I believe that will wipe out that squad. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Scouts down. And the bikers will consolidate that way. So, bikers doing well. Mind you, the scouts are a little bit soft, but it does take the sniper abilities away, so they can't pick out the warlord anymore. Right, let's move on to this melee in the middle. Right, we're going to start with the bike champion. He's going to go against the Wolfguard battle leader, who's the warlord. So he has a power sword. He only has 2 attacks though. So he hits on 3s. Only getting 1 hit. Oh dear. And how many command points have they got left? I think they've got enough to command re-roll that one. Yeah, they've got... Hold on, I'm going to have to double check. Yeah, they had 1 left because they used 2 on the stratagems and then 1 to re-roll the charge distance. So I'm going to use the last chaos command point to re-roll that hit. And it fails again. So we've got 1 hit. And now he's going to wound on 4s. Gets a wound. And it's -3, so the battle leader is going to have to use his storm shield. 3+, which he makes. So he survives. Now let's have a look at the rest of the guys. This is their attacks here. So they're going to be hitting on 3s. Yeah, it's getting a lot more hits. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds. And that's just going to be a 3+ save, which they all make. So the Grey Hunters surviving. Now let's work out their attacks back. Alright, the Wolfguard battle leader is going to hit back against the bike champion. He has 3 attacks and he hits on 3s because of the thunder hammer. So here we go. Oh, getting 3 hits. Looks like this biker's in trouble. Gonna wound on 3s. Getting 3 wounds. Ouch. And the thunder hammer -3. So looking for 6s. T-shirt save on this biker. Getting none. Oh dear. And they're 3 damage apiece. So that biker is gone, well and truly, taking 9 damage out of a possible 2. So, champion, boom, gone. Now the, what's he called? The Grey Hunter pack leader. He's going to attack back. He has 2 attacks. He's got a power sword, so he hits on 3s. Getting 2 hits. Power sword is strength user, so wounding on 5s because of the bikes. Getting 1 wound and -3, so another T-shirt save, which he fails. So that's another wound. And the bikers have 2, so it's another wound taken off of one of those bikers. If I can find my wound marker. Oh. And then the other Grey Hunters have got this many attacks because there's a couple of chain swords in there. So they're going to hit on 3s. Not bad. And then they are going to wound on 5s. Getting only 1 wound. Which will be a 3+ save. Makes. And then they're going to pile in at the end. So they'll pile in. And that's the end of the assault phase. So let's work out victory points for Chaos, and that will be the end of turn 2. Alright, the Chaos scored no prisoners because they destroyed the scouts. So that gives them 1 victory point, bringing their total up to 1. On to Space Wolves turn 3. Alright, the start of Space Wolves turn 3. The tactical objectives I've drawn are Oath of Vengeance, which is a Space Wolf one, where the Chaos had to nominate a character, which they've nominated their Warlord, and he's worth a victory point now to be killed. We've still got Defend number 1, because after this turn, as you can see, I've daisy chained the Terminators so that one at the back is still holding that objective, so they'll get that at the end of this turn. And in fact, the Terminators are the only unit that have moved, because the Hellblasters are in combat, the Grey Hunters and the Battle Leader are in combat, and the Dreadnought has stayed still so that he can fire at full ballistic skill. So only the Terminators have moved. The other tactical objective I got was Big Game Hunter, so I'm hoping to destroy the Rhino with the twin las cannon on the Dreadnought, because it has to be something with more than 10 wounds, and it is possible to one-shot it with a twin las cannon if you roll really well. So we're going to see if we can do that. Obviously I discarded the priority objective, which was to defend objective number 4, because that's now been overrun by Chaos. So that's the objectives and the movement phase done. On to shooting. So we got twin las cannon, 2 shots, hitting on 2s because he's a venerable Dreadnought and he stayed still. So let's go. Getting 2 hits. Now toughness 7, so it's going to be a wounding on 3s. Oh, getting 1 wound. I think I'm going to use my last command point to re-roll that one. Come on. Getting a 3, so we've got 2 wounds. Now these are D6 damage each. Ooh, I got to roll a save first, haven't I? What in that case? -3, so that the Rhino's on a t-shirt save. Got to make 2 t-shirt saves, and he fails both. So he's got 10 wounds. Can we do it? D6 damage each. Looking for a 10 plus to one-shot the Rhino. Oh no! Oh, I thought I had it then. It's that skull on the dice. It's the 1 on these dice, when on most other dice the picture's on the 6. I thought I'd done it then, but that's only 7. So we haven't one-shotted, one-shot killed the Rhino, but we've just done 7 wounds to it, so that's seriously crippled that Rhino. So we can hold on to that Big Game Hunter for next turn. That's not bad though, 7 wounds in 1 shot. That's that. Let me have a look. Some of these Terminators may be able to shoot the Lord, so I'll measure up and come back. Right, I've measured up, and the Terminators here are in range with their Stormbolters. There's 2 Stormbolters, and also the Dreadnought has a Stormbolter that I forgot about, so he's going to split fire at the Lord. I know I'm supposed to declare it beforehand, but as it's only me playing by myself, I'm going to allow it. So we've got 3 Stormbolter shots coming at the Chaos Lord. Let's start with the Dreadnought. See, it's on 2s because he didn't move. Oh, it's not a heavy weapon anyway. So 2 shots, getting 2 hits. There. Strength 4. The Lord is toughness 4, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, of course he is. So force to wound. getting 1 wound, and he's got 3+ save, which he makes. And so then the other 2 Stormbolters from the Terminators hit on 3s, getting 2 hits. Wound on 4s, getting 1 wound, 3+ save. Oh, he fails. So he takes a wound from Stormbolter fire. Mr. Lord. Alright, combat time. I'm going to start with the excuse me. I'm going to start with the Wolfguard Battle Leader into the bikes. 3 attacks hitting on 3s because of his Thunder Hammer. He gets 2 hits, wounding on 3s, 2 wounds, and oh, I've forgotten the Thunder Hammer. Is it minus? Let's just have a look. -3. So that was right. T-shirt save. Oh, failing both. So that's another 6 damage. So that's another biker gone. That takes care of him. Now let's move on to the Grey Hunters. Alright. 2 attacks from the pack leader. Hit on 3s. Getting 1 hit. Wounding on 5s, sorry. Yeah, 5s. Getting nothing. And then the rest of them, the Grey Hunters, they've got that many attacks. So they're hitting on 3s. Getting 4. It's not that good. And they wound on 5s. Getting none. So they're not doing a very good job of taking these bikes out. It's that extra toughness. That toughness 5 is a bit of a nightmare. So I'll calculate the attacks back and do that. 4 attacks back from the bikers, hitting on 3s, getting 3 hits, wounding on 4s, getting 2 wounds, and they'll have their normal 3+ armor save. Oh no, 2 failed. So that's 2 Grey Hunters taken out by the bikers. Okay, this combat over here with the Hellblasters. They've got quite a few attacks coming in. Hitting on 3s. So what have we got? Oh, it's not that good. There's quite a lot of misses in there. Jesus. So we've only got 5 hits out of 11, I think. Okay, and they're wounding on 5s. Getting only 1 wound. Oh dear. These Hellblasters are really struggling. And a 3+ save for the biker, which he makes. So at the moment, even though the Space Wolves are well ahead on points, I don't know if they can win. They seem to be struggling against the toughness 5 bikers. They seem to be getting a little bit overwhelmed. But let's do the bikers' attacks back. There's only 2 of them left, so the Hellblasters may survive long enough for these Terminators to come over and give them a hand. I'm sure the Terminators could sort them out. So let's calculate their attacks and have a fight. Okay, 2 attacks from the champion with his power fist, so he hits on 4s. dice. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Can't really see it, but the dice is stopped, perfectly cocked. It's just balanced like that in the carpet. That's quite funny. Let's re-roll that. So that's a miss, but he did get a 6, which I think he has Death to the False Emperor, so that generates an extra attack. So, because they're fighting the Imperium. So we'll roll up that one, which he misses anyway. So he's got 1 hit anyway, which is going to be a 2 to wound against those Hellblasters. Rolls 5, so that's a wound. Oh dear. And that's -3, so it's going to be a t-shirt save, which he fails. So D3 damage, causing 2 damage, so that's going to destroy 1 Hellblaster who already had a wound on him, and take another one down to 1 wound. So let's kill that one and put him on 1 wound. Okay, at the end of that Space Wolf's turn 3 or 4, whichever turn it was, I'll have a look in a minute. They have successfully held objective number 1 for 2 consecutive turns, so that gives them 2 victory points. So their total now is 8. So if they can survive this Chaos Onslaught long enough, they will win, because they're well ahead on points. Now over to Chaos turn 3 or 4, whichever it is. We'll see what's going on over there. Okay, the start of Chaos turn 3. These are the objectives we've got. We've still got Kingslayer and defend objective 4. And the new one we've drawn is Blood and Guts, which is destroying an enemy unit in the fight phase. If 3 or more are destroyed, you get D3 victory points. So, that combined with Kingslayer, which is D3, plus 2 for defending objective 4, because they now have that, so if they can hold that for this turn and the next turn and roll well with the D3s, if they destroy these units, the Chaos could take over. So that's the objectives. Let's have a look at the movement. So the Forge Fiend has moved up. He is now holding objective number 4, so he's just going to stay there for 2 turns. The Marines disembarked from the Rhino, which is now crippled. The Rhino just moved over a little bit. The Lord has flown over, looking to engage the battle leader in combat. The Bikes have moved around here, looking to fight the Terminators. And of course over there we've still got the Hellblasters and Bikes engaged in combat. Never ending fight. So that's all the movement done. Let's look at some shooting. I just remembered about the Chaos Rhino's healing. I rolled it up but he didn't get anything. So shooting, we're going to start with the triple ectoplasma cannons into the Venerable Dreadnought. Over there, just about in range. So it's heavy D3. So we'll roll the D3s up. Oh my, look at that. Can't get much better than that. So that's 9 shots. Oh dear. Looks like this Dreadnought's in trouble. 3, 6, 9. Have I done that right? Yep, heavy D3. Alright then. 9 shots coming in. And he's going to be hitting on 5s, actually. Is that right? Yeah, he's going to be hitting on 5s because he moved. Oop. So here we go. Getting 4 hits. It's not bad. And he's a strength 7 against toughness 7. So looking at 4s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. And they minus 3 AP against the Venerable Dreadnought. So he's on a t-shirt save. Looking to save these. Not getting any. Some damage on these. D3 damage each. So getting 2 and 3 damage. That's not too bad. I think the Dreadnought survived that. He's got 8 wounds, so that takes him down to 5. So that could have been worse. Right. Got the Rhino. He's in rapid fire range with his combi bolter and the Dreadnought. So we're going to launch 4 shots into the Dreadnought, hitting on 4s now because he's wounded. Oh, I forgot. Did I roll it? Well, no. 4 misses. Okay, let's do the Havoc launcher, which is D6 shots. Getting 3 shots. Hitting on 4s. Getting 2 hits. That's strength 5. So it'll be 5s to wound. Getting 1 wound. No AP on it, so 3+ save, which he fails. So what's the damage? 1 damage, so that's another wound down. So the Dreadnought is starting to go down to 4. And let's have a look at these fellas. Alright, these Marines, the guy at the front with his plasma gun is just out of rapid fire range, but they are all in range of the Dreadnought. So I'm going to supercharge his plasma gun. So looking for a 3. Getting a 2. Oh dear. So he misses with the plasma gun. Luckily he didn't kill himself. 4 bolt guns coming in. Getting 3 hits. Now they're going to be wounding on 5s. Getting nothing. So the Dreadnought survived. I think that is all the shooting. I'm going to go on to the assault phase. Assault phase. The jump pack lord made it. He was, well, close enough anyway. The bikers failed their charge. Nothing happened on Overwatch, but they're just stuck there now. So we're going to do these, the Lord fighting the battle leader first, Warlord versus Warlord. So the Lord has 6 attacks, he has 4 base, 1 for 2 lightning claws and then 1 because of his Warlord trait. He hits on 2s, re-rolling 1s because he's a Lord of Chaos. 6s generate additional attacks. So let's go. That's pretty good. 1-1, re-roll. So they're all hits. Oh, he's got a 6. That generates additional attack. So that hits. So he's got that many, 7 hits out of 6 attacks. It's not bad. Now he's going to wound on okay, so 7 hits wounding on 4s, re-rolling because lightning claws. So here we go. I think this battle leader's in trouble. Oh dear. Yeah, re-rolling those. Getting 6 wounds. So this battle leader might be on his way out. He only has 1 wound left. So the lightning claws are -2 AP. So I think he's going to take his storm shield save 3+. So we've got to make 6 3+s. Which he does. What a beast. Look at that. So the battle leader survives a brutal onslaught from the Lord there, and now it's his turn to hit back. And now he is pissed off. So, okay, I was just looking through the book and I remembered the warlord trait I gave to the Space Wolves to increase his wounds characteristic by 1. I'd forgotten that, so he actually has 2 wounds left instead of 1. Now for his attacks back, he has 3 attacks, hitting on 2s, -1 because it's a Thunder Hammer. However, it's +1 because of the Hunter's Unleashed rule, Space Wolf rule, so he's hitting on 2s. So here we go. And he gets all 3 hits. So you're going to be wounding on 2s, I think. Yes, wounding on 2s, re-rolling wound rolls of 1 because of the Husker to the Jarl rule. So looking for 2s, re-rolling 1s. Getting 2 1s, going to re-roll those. So we get 3 wounds. Just about. And the old Thunder Hammer, -3. So the Chaos Lord, he's going to be on his 4+ Sigil of Corruption invulnerable save. So here we go, 4+. Oh no, he fails all 3. And these are D3 damage each. Oh no, just 3. Ouch. So that's 9 damage, which obliterates the Lord. Boof. So Space Wolves get Slay the Warlord. So they might still be in this fight. Okay, so I just rolled up the other combats off camera. Nothing happened here whatsoever. And over there, the bikers dished out another wound, which removed another Hellblaster. Apart from that, in terms of objectives, they did not destroy a unit, so they don't score anything for that, and they did not get Kingslayer, so they don't get any points there. They've got objective 4, they've had that for 1 turn, so if this Forge Fiend can hold on to it next turn, they'll get the points for that. Apart from that, it's on to Space Wolves turn 4. Alright, on to the Space Wolves turn. They obviously killed the Chaos Lord, which got them Slay the Warlord, but it also got them the Oath of Vengeance tactical objective they got last turn, so they got 2 points for that. And then I've still got Big Game Hunter from last turn, and the 2 new objectives are Secure Objective 2 and Secure Objective 6. So Objective 2 is all the way over there, on top of that rock, so that's a little bit out of reach. And Objective 6 is just down there, behind the rhino, so it could be possible. I've done the movement, wasn't much movement. Dreadnought has stayed still again because he wants to fire his las cannon. The Terminators, now that they're not holding the objective anymore, they've moved forward. They're going to start a bit of a cleanup mission over here, try and get rid of these pesky bikes. And the battle leader, he was going to try and take on the Forge Fiend, but he made a right turn and now he's marching his way over there. He's going to probably destroy all these fellas and get to that objective over there. That's his plan. So let's work out some shooting. Alright, we're going to start with the Dreadnought. He's going to try and finish off the Rhino so he can get his big game hunter. So we've got twin las cannon, 2 shots hitting on the 2s because he stayed still. Getting both hits. 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds. Not looking good for the Rhino. And then 2 t-shirt saves for the Rhino. Oh, he fails both. So they go through and they're d6 damage apiece, so one of these could probably wipe this guy out. Let's see what we got. Oh, only 4 damage, but it is enough to take the Rhino out. So on a 6 he explodes, which he does not. So that Rhino's wrecked. Boom. And that is big game hunter for the Space Wolves. Alright, we've got a heavy flamer from this Terminator at the back, who's just in range to hit the bikes. So d6 shots, getting 4, not too bad. Oh sorry, not a shot, so it automatically hits. So 4 hits, strength 5, so wounding on 4s. Ooh, getting 3 wounds. And these are -1 AP. Yeah, so come on camera. Looking for 4 pluses to save. Saving 2, so 1 goes through. That's 1 damage. So that's a wound. And that biker at the front only has 1 left, so he is gone. Burned to death. Okay, now there's 2 storm bolters which are in rapid fire range by the looks of it. So there'll be 4 shots. Hitting on 3s. Getting 2 hits. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. And these are just regular saves. Yeah, so 3 plus, which he makes. And I believe that is all of the shooting done. Oh no, I've forgotten the Dreadnought Stormbolter again. So he will... Where's my tape measure? No, he's just out of rapid fire, but he's in range to hit those Marines over there. So he will hit on 2s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 4s, 1 wound, 3 plus save, made. Okay, that's it for shooting. Onto the assault phase. I just rolled up a couple of combats off camera And those bikers got rid of another Hellblaster, so they're slowly whittling them down. Only 2 left. The Hellblasters can't do anything against them. And then over here, these 3 bikers finished off that unit of Grey Hunters and the pack leader, so they're progressing on towards the Dreadnought next. So now I'm just going to roll up the Terminators and the battle leader. They did do Overwatch. Battle leader took a few wounds, but he managed to save all of them. The bikes did nothing to the Terminators, so we'll calculate attacks and do that now. Alright, Terminators. We've got 2 Thunder Hammers, so they're going to be hitting on 4s. Ooh, getting 3 hits. And then wounding on 3s. Getting 2 wounds. And they are -3, so we're looking at t-shirt saves. Failed both. D3 damage. Oh no, just 3 damage each. So I think that's just completely obliterated that unit of bikes without even needing to use the other thingies. Yeah, they've only got 2 wounds apiece. So bang! Thunder Hammers take them out. And now they will consolidate this way. Terminated. Alright, battle leader time. So he has 3 attacks. Hitting on 2s because of Thunder Hammer and Hunters Unleashed. So there we go. They can re-roll 2, is it 2 hit rolls or 2 wound? I'll just double check. Those wound rolls. Okay. So he's got 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Getting 2 wounds. And there, I don't think these Marines are going to take that. So t-shirt saves. Oh, one of them saves it. So 1 goes down. Boom. Now they're going to attack back. The little Marines. So 2 attacks from the champion. And then 3 attacks from the other fellas. Hitting on 3s. Oh, only 2 hits. Wounding on 4s. Getting nothing. So, Mr. Battle Leader is still alive. And that is the end of the assault phase. So Space Wolves are starting to run away with this. Well, I say starting to. They've been well ahead for the whole game. And it looks like they're starting to mop up some of the chaos now. There's only 5 bikes left, 4 Marines, and the Forge Fiend. So on to Chaos turn 4, see if they can pull it back a little bit. I think they've got no chance on points now. They're going to have to try and wipe the Space Wolves off the board, I think. Which is possible because we've got this guy, Forge Fiend. And the bikes are proving to be a bit of a problem because of that toughness 5. So let's see. Alright, Chaos discarded the Blood and Guts objective and drew a new one, which was Defend Objective 3, which I don't know if they're going to be able to do because they've got to hold it for 2 turns. Objective 3 is this one. Well, it's possible because the Forge Fiend is still holding this one. But that's it, they're still holding Defend Objective 4 and Kingslayer. In terms of movement, the Forge Fiend moved up, however he's still holding Objective number 4. The bikes moved around, looking to engage the Terminators, and that's it, everything else is in combat. So we're going to go on to the shooting phase. Forge Fiend uses triple ectoplasma cannon, D3 shots each. Oh, only 3. He's going to fire them into those Terminators. So he's going to be hitting on 5s because he moved. Getting 1 hit, it's not very good, but it'll do. And these are going to be wounding on 3s. Getting nothing. Oh dear. Forge Fiend failed miserably. He had a good chance then against those Terminators, but he's not doing very well. Okay. I'm going to fire off these bikes now into the Terminators, starting with plasma. Oh, let's supercharge it. Why not? So, looking for 3s, getting 1 hit. Right, camera shut off then. We got 1 hit with the plasma gun, 2s to wound because I've supercharged it. Oh no, he rolls a 1. Okay. And then we got combi bolters, rapid firing, 3s to hit, that's pretty good, only 1 miss, 4s to wound, oh no, only 3 wounds, and these will be a 2+ save for the Terminators, which they make all of them, obviously. I just rolled up the combat over here. Hellblaster managed to finish off one of the bikes, who only had a wound left, but then the other bike killed the Hellblaster. So there's just 2 of them now. One-on-one battle. Just going to roll up the attacks for these Marines against the battle leader, see if they can do anything. So hitting on 3s, only getting 1 hit. Wounding on 4s, nothing. Oh dear. So they got nothing. And the 2 attacks from the bikers over here. 3s, 2 hits, 4s, 2 wounds, Terminators 2+. Oh, so the biker managed to wound a Terminator. Camera. Just have to double check their wounds actually. I think, is it 1 or 2? Terminators. And they have 2 wounds each, so 1 Terminator is wounded. And now I'm going to work out their attacks back. Alright, so first the battle leader will do his attacks back against the Marines. 3 attacks hitting on 2s, all hit. 2s to wound. Only 2 wounds. T-shirt saves. Missed, so that's 2 dead Marines. So the battle leader's chomping his way through. And let's do the Terminators hitting back against the bikes. Thunderhammers to start with, 4 attacks. Hitting on 4s. Oh, getting 4 hits. Ouch. 3s to wound. Getting 4 wounds. I think those bikes are done for. So t-shirt saves coming up. Yeah, they're all dead. That's 4. Made it through. 3 damage each. The bikes have 2 wounds each. So they are both gone. So Terminator is mopping up now. Terminating. They will consolidate this way. Oh, I didn't realise there's another bike there. Huh. So, right, I'll have to do something about him. It's me getting a bit carried away there. So we've got another 7 attacks from the lightning claws, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Is it a lightning claw? Yeah, wounding on 5s. Not getting anything. Jumped the gun a little bit. So they're still locked in combat. There. But on that note, I think the Chaos are going to concede and run away. Because there's not much they can do. There's 5 Terminators there, just about to obliterate that one biker. The Wolfguard battle leader is munching his way through these 2 last Marines, and then there's the Hellblaster trapped with the other bike in infinite combat. So Chaos, really, they've got nothing. All they've got is the Forge Fiend left. But I don't think the Forge Fiend is going to survive, because there's a fully functional Dreadnought there with a twin las cannon hitting on 2s. Those Terminators will finish that bike and then head on over with their Thunderhammers. The battle leader, he's also got a Thunderhammer, and if the Hellblaster managed to destroy the bike, then he's got his heavy plasma incinerator. So I'm pretty sure that Forge Fiend would not survive. So the Space Wolves managed to repel the onslaught, which for a moment looked a little bit hairy at the beginning. Thought the Chaos might overwhelm them at one point, but they've done pretty well to fend off the invasion and secure their campsite. So now they can go back to having their little barbecue. I'll calculate final victory points. Let's see what's happening. Alright, a bit of a overwhelming victory there for the Space Wolves. Final score 11-1. They got First Blood, Slay the Warlord, and a ton of tactical objective points. It managed to hold off the Chaos onslaught. So it's quite fun. Obviously I apologise if it's a little bit slow to watch. It's actually only the second game I've had since 8th edition came out, and it's now nearly April 2020, so it's been a few years since I last played. Yeah, so I'm still I've still got all the 7th edition rules and stuff stuck in my head. But it went pretty well. It was good when if you've got a couple of armies sitting at home, you can just play by yourself when there's no one else around. And this was a bit of a test, as I said at the beginning, a bit of a test video, so I would like to try and start uploading some more videos to the channel. I've got quite a few ideas. Hopefully, as you can see, I've got the mat on the floor at the moment, so I've just moved house actually, so I'm going to build a little table in here, maybe get some proper lighting, some spotlights and a little tripod to hopefully keep the camera in focus. I want to do a little story about Lord Grimulus, who's my Chaos character. And I also had an idea for a Legion Wars series, which is kind of a Path to Glory campaign with different Chaos Legions. I was thinking about starting with Iron Warriors and Night Lords and building up a Legion using the Path to Glory style game. But anyway, good first showing for the Space Wolves on the channel. It's the first time they've been on my channel. So we'll see what happens in the future. Just editing the video up, and I've come up with a cool idea of doing a little league for the channel. No, you can't really see it on the screen now, but I'll get a screenshot. And what I've done is gone back through the videos on the channel and worked out every army that's played a game and put the results here with a little point system. 10 points for a victory, -5 for a loss, and 0 for a draw. And every time an army plays, I'll add them to this table. So I'll take a screenshot and put this at the end of the video so you can see. If anyone wants to come and have a go, looks like the Necrons could do some help. They're played 3 games, lost 2 and 1 draw, so they're at the bottom of the league at the moment. I actually sold my Necron army a few years ago, so I can't help. But if anyone wants to come and fight for the Necrons or any other army, that would be pretty sweet. Till next time.